Sorry about that. We're going to be watching over the next couple of days a couple of features that'll be developing. One is a Gulf low that almost will have the appearance of a tropical system, not though, as well as an approaching cold front for the weekend. As this low better develops tomorrow and into the weekend, what we are going to see is an increase in our onshore winds from the east. That is going to do a couple of things. One, it's already started to increase the winds offshore, and we will have a gale warning that will stay in effect until noon on Saturday. Offshore and even right near the coastal winds at around 20 to 30 knots, gusting up to 40 knots, and seas running, this is offshore, 10 to 15 feet. Now inland, a wind advisory will be in effect until noon on Saturday with sustained winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour and gusting up to near 40. And usually anytime we get those strong east winds, we can see some coastal flooding. That includes even in the river parishes with that wind coming off of the lake and piling up the water into those areas not protected by the hurricane risk reduction system. Same thing for all of our eastern facing shoreline. The main issue will be at around high tide, which for most locations is overnight at around 3 a.m. and the winds will be piling up that water, maybe running about 1.5 to perhaps 2 feet above normal. So those are the issues that we're looking at in the near future as we approach with that, or as that Gulf low develops and approaches. Winds offshore already pretty brisk, and they will only increase as we head toward the weekend. We've had mostly cloudy skies around during the day today, maybe a little bit more sunshine out across the Atchafalaya Basin and up onto the North Shore, and we may see a few more breaks in the clouds during the day tomorrow. As a matter of fact, got a break here and making for a very pretty sunset over downtown. 63 degrees our current temperature. That was the high for the day, so another afternoon of staying below average, which is normally 65. Morning low is in the 50s, and we weren't nearly as chilly on the North Shore, only some upper 40s. Didn't see the 30s as we got the day started this morning. 60s on both sides of the lake, a few upper 50s, and dew points still low, 30s and 40s. And those dew point values, though, are likely to get increase a little bit, mainly because now we're going to start to see a strong easterly wind, which continues to bring in a little bit more moisture from the Gulf. That, with the increase in humidity, prevents our morning lows from getting as cold. Still chilly, but just not as cold. Brisk winds will be with us through Saturday, then our showers and storms on Saturday, but not an all-day rain event, and then we're not going to be all weekend wet, as we will be dry by Sunday. So we're starting to get a bit better of an idea of the timing of our rainfall as our upper low is developing the frontal system that is going to send the rain our way for Saturday. So we're starting to see that line set up over West Texas. It lifts northward into the parts of the Midwest and High Plains, where they are changing over to snowfall. Now, there will be some cold air associated with it. Not cold enough here for any snow, but we will get the rainfall. Now, this is interesting. This is our precision cast model looking at the line of rain moving in. Watch how this kind of evolves during the morning on Saturday. You watch the line of showers our way and then some associated moisture from that Gulf low. They kind of almost combine, sending more of a surge of moisture just off to our east. If this model ends up being correct, we don't see much rain at all during the day on Saturday, with the bulk of it offshore and more into Mississippi, moving into Alabama. So this model would not have us under much in the way of rain at all. A lot of the other models, and we're starting to get a bit better idea from our high resolution models, are still indicating that we should have a fairly decent line of showers and even some thunderstorms that will roll through on Saturday midday into the afternoon. And in fact, because of that higher confidence, we do now have an area highlighted for a low end threat for some isolated downpours that could lead to some street flooding. We've also seen kind of an increase in rainfall potential accumulation numbers of about 1 inch. Overall, through the course of the midday and afternoon, that would not cause any flooding. It would be isolated downpours along that line where we might see some isolated areas of street flooding. And again, I don't think that's going to be a widespread concern. 64 degrees our high tomorrow. Our chance of rain, not all day Saturday, and hopefully the timing ends up to where the evening and night will be drier for Saturday. Sunday, it'll be chilly, still breezy, but dry, and we will keep that chilly weather in place through all of next week.